with the tomatoes that I picked this morning. I cook it until I feel it's ready. I am the type of cook that I don't measure anything out. Okay, so don't go by. I just put it in there, because I think it tastes a lot better than that. And so don't get frantic if you say, well, how much of this do you put in? How much of this do you put in? When I do my spaghetti sauce, when I'm putting it up, I use whole garlic cloves, whole. Okay, the reason why I do that is because when I go to put them in the jar, I want to see that whole garlic clove in that jar. Okay, because it gives it the flavor, and being that it'll be put up, the flavor of the garlic will go through the sauce. Then when you're ready to open up the jar, the sauce will have a good aroma. So, and I did smash up some, but with the batch that I made, I put 2 cloves in, and I have a good bit of garlic in there, but always make sure that there are at least 1 clove in the batch that I'm going to make. I have to go and get some more jars, because when I moved I can't seem to find mine, so I've been slowly but surely getting a dozen jars. But I have jars here, and like I said, I will show you step by step and on how to clean your jars and stuff. But first off, I'm going to get the clean dishes out of my sink so I can have room for the jars, okay? And because I clean up as I go, and because one thing I don't like is a messy, dirty kitchen, okay? It just gets on my nerve, because I don't think that there's a kitchen big enough out there for a woman to cook, to be honest about it. These videos are going to be in steps, so I'm going to make this a fairly long one, then I'm going to cut it down to different steps, and there'll be different parts to it. But that's about it for right now. I'm waiting for my spaghetti sauce to get done, and I'm going to go ahead and empty out my clean dishes and get them put away, and then I'm going to start showing you how to do the jars. Okay, I'm back. Alright, I got my jars. I'm going to load my sink up now with scalding hot water. Usually what I like to do too, to save a little bit of time, if I'm blanching anything, I take that scalding hot water that's in this pot and I put it in my sink water. Okay? That way you're saving on water too. Okay, another thing is I would like to mention, since I'm an animal lover, okay, I'm going to add my bleach. So I'll get back to this detergent. Here's my bleach. So I'm going to take this jar, and we're going to soak these jars in the sink. Always make sure that your sink is scoured out too. I have a problem with that. When you're canning, you got to make sure everything is clean. I know a lot of you are probably thinking, man, it's a waste of time, but really, you reap your harvest, like I said before. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to show you first off, is to check for cracks. You always check the rim. Always check the rim to make sure that there's no cracks or anything in the top. Okay, and I can inspect wear, so I look through it to make sure that there's no cracks, no tears, no nothing in it. So just as you go along, just look at it and just glance at it and make sure, turn at different angles to make sure that there are no cracks of any kind. Because what will happen is, you have your lid, you also have your caps. If there's any kind of crack in it, your caps will not seal and contamination will set in. Plus, too, it's not healthy to have a cracked jar, okay? What you do with these two is I dump them in the water too. I make sure they're sterilized and clean. I just dump the whole box in regardless if I need it or not. Also too, what I thought would be interesting to tell you is when you empty out a jar, when you're, say if you're making spaghetti and you empty out a jar that has spaghetti sauce in it, throw the caps away, never reuse them, okay? You can always buy new, but you can keep these, alright? But you make sure you check every individual glass. And what you do, take a jar brush and you clean real good inside the jar to make sure. Now some of these I've already used, so I have to make sure that they're really super clean. And then what you do is you just set them aside. This is the size pan that I use, okay? I don't know what size pan it is, it just looks like a good size to me. So I fill that with really hot water. And I'll be putting my lids in there so I can sterilize it on the stove. They will remain on the stove until you finish canning completely. So I have that done. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wash my lids, stick them into the pot. Okay, make sure that they're really rinsed really thoroughly. I don't have my pot ready yet, so I can stick my jars in because I got spaghetti sauce in it. I've even canned in that pot, even though it's not a regular cold pack canning jar. As long as the lids are covered and the water is boiling, you can use it that way because it's very, very expensive to buy. It's like $40–45 here at Walmart to buy a cold pack canner. You can get them at flea markets, but they're very scarce, let me tell you. Because the way economy is today, people are holding on to their stuff. Unless you get an old cranky farmer, and their wives are just tired of canning. So. But I'm going to put these all over on my clean space that I have that I bleached out off my counter. And I'm going to leave them sit there because they're going to get sterilized anyway. I don't believe in throwing food out. I don't believe in wasting food because, to me, I didn't grow up with that much. And when you do without, growing up, and you do without while you're being married, you learn to conserve. And it's a very easy process. I can everything. Also, too, I found something, and I tried it. This is an experiment this year. And I got great reviews on it from the people that loved it. And that's my husband and my mother-in-law. What I had done, which I thought was really fascinating, okay, I took little jars, little jelly jars. This has chicken broth in it. I canned them. This has nut bread in them. I canned nut bread. You can actually can little cakes, okay? And I thought I would experiment with that a little bit, and I got great reviews. And I tasted it myself, very good. Now you can buy the nut bread in the package. All you do is put the batter in here, put it in a pot like that, or a 6-quart pot, to make sure the lids are covered really good, about this high up of water. Just leave them rip with boiling water. These are fantastic, and I'm going to use these for Jim's lunches.